everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, thanks for stopping by. My name is Jen, and today I am talking all about Run Disney. I have never done a Run Disney event in my entire life, but I thought it would be really interesting to kind of go over some tips and tricks for just general registration. I know so many people look forward to these events every year, and this being my first, I thought it would be a great idea to kind of give like a first-timer's experience and maybe help you register for your next Disney race. Also, if you guys could comment, like, subscribe, it means the world to me. And I would love to just grow my YouTube channel family. And if you're already a part of it, thank you again, and let's get started. So the last Run Disney registration was for the Princess Half Marathon weekend, and that is happening February 18th through the 21st, I believe. I had never done a Run Disney race before. I really don't go that often. So getting down to Disney for a Run Disney race weekend isn't exactly like high on the priority list. If it falls in the same week, great. If it doesn't, oh well. But with all this happening in the world right now, here in Indiana, you can have some really harsh winters. So we decided to just kind of check it out, see what all the hype is about, and do our first Run Disney 10K. Now, we didn't sign up for the half marathon, one, because my mom does not want to run a half marathon, and that is perfectly understandable. It's not for everyone. And two, it just gives us more time to relax, to maybe go golfing for the parks. Like, we just kind of want to do a little taste of it before we dive into the whole obsession. So basically, the registration for this is about 8 to 9 months prior to the event date. So registration started June 16th for general registration. Now, DVC and annual pass holders and Golden Oak residents, those three categories all have early registration. Now, general registration opens at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is through the Run Disney website. My first tip for anyone looking to do a Run Disney race is to first get an account set up. This is crucial because of the fact that once your account is set up, once you're in registration, your information will just automatically generate, saving you time. Now, that was one of the big things I was super stressed about in my general registration because I was signing up myself and a second person. You are more than welcome to sign up additional people for the races, but I wouldn't recommend doing more than 3 just to make sure that you get signed up. Once your account is created, you will just simply log in the day of. I would recommend about 15 minutes prior to the event registration start time. That way you're logged in, there's no rushing, you're not trying to remember your password, you're not typing it in wrong because you're flustered and trying to speed. So a lot of those things can impact your whole registration process. So I recommend getting logged in with your already created account about 15 minutes early. Now, as for devices, I completely recommend all types. We were using 2 laptops, 2 iPads, 3 phones. We were using all types of devices basically to just make sure that one would hopefully go in. Once you're in and once you've picked the race that you want to do, you'll either be directed into a virtual queue or actually pushed automatically into registration. Now, for us, all our devices were pushed into the virtual queue. We did not have a single device that went straight to the actual registration page. So then once you're in the virtual queue, it'll basically be refreshing and you'll see the spinning circle of death. Do not refresh, do not back out of that page, just wait. Now we had about 6 devices going, and basically what was happening is I was able to log in about 5 minutes before the actual 10 a.m. start time. I don't know if this impacted us at all, but basically I logged onto my 2 devices first. They never actually went into the registration page at all. Then about 2-3 minutes later, I logged in to another iPad and another phone. Those eventually got there. The phone did not, but the iPad did. And then lastly, like right at 10 a.m., maybe 10:01, we logged into another laptop and a iPad as well. And I believe another phone, but I solely remember a second laptop and the second iPad. The laptop actually got in first, and that was the last device we actually logged into. So I don't think there's any sort of like method to what device logs on first. Like that is not necessarily going to be the device that goes into the registration page. To my understanding, it is basically like a claw coming down, picking your device out of the thousands and thousands of people trying to register for this race, and like you luckily are selected to go move on to the registration page. That's my understanding of this whole process. It's not about who got in first. It's not about who's done more registrations than somebody else. It doesn't matter. It's just all completely random. Now, the general registration is going to have the most amount of people. It's going to have the largest number of bibs. Now, with this current situation that's happening, I don't know if there was a reduced number of bibs for this RunDisney weekend. There could be, but the race did sell out incredibly fast. So I urge anyone trying to sign up for a RunDisney race to basically be prepared and go as quickly as you can. It is not a time for dilly-dally. You want to make sure that your information is correct, select all the questions, and then if you need to add another racer, go on and do so, and then move through the other processes extremely quickly. You can go back and buy merchandise. You can go back and add a proof of time. All you need to do is complete your actual registration for your bib and the payment process. You don't need to do anything else. That all can be done at a later date. Once you're on the page where you're actually entering your payment information, please know you can only use one form of payment. Now, what we did is that I used my credit card, and I believe they accept all major credit cards, Disney gift cards, Disney reward dollars, lots of different forms of payment, but the payment must be on one item. You can't do $50 on a gift card and then $100 on your credit card. It has to be all one form of payment. So for my mom and I signed up, I did the registration, I paid for it all, and then she just paid me back either with cash or Venmo or PayPal, or like transferred money into accounts. Like whatever you need to do, that's how I recommend it, rather than trying to do it necessarily separately. Again, you never know if those devices are gonna get in, and the race could be sold out by the time the second person does get a chance to register, so you never know. Now, there can be technical issues. Luckily, we never experienced them, but I have heard there are some wonderful RunDisney Facebook groups that you can join, and if people are experiencing the same issues, they may be able to post something, what worked for them, what didn't, and basically try to help you get into the system as well. Now, when you register for this race, it's normally on a Tuesday. And for a lot of people, they're working, they're at work, they really can't, you know, take an hour sometimes to mentally prepare and get ready for this stressful registration. It is very anxiety inducing, and so for me personally, I decided to take the day off work. That is not a luxury that everyone can do, but with the current situation of what's going on right now, I have extra PTO days to spare. Decided, what the heck, I'm gonna take the day off. That way I am not stressed. And I'm so very thankful I did. It was a very taxing experience. And let me just say, once you're done with it and you've gotten and you've registered, you just want to celebrate. You don't want to go back to work. You don't want to do anything but just have a big grin on your face and scream to the world that I got in. I can't tell you how thankful I was to not be working that day. If you do have to work, I would recommend going into a secluded area. Do not do this at your desk. Talk to your boss, ask if they can allow you like an extra break time or take your lunch during this time. Just that way you can be completely focused on the task ahead. That way you aren't being distracted. That was one of the main reasons like I decided not to work that day and take the day off, is because with my job, a lot of people can come up to me, can IM me right now, or message or call or whatever the case, and need assistance very quickly. So I just wanted to take that factor completely out of the equation and say, nope, I'm not gonna get distracted. I'm not gonna get pulled away from this. This is too important. I just wanna focus on the RunDisney registration. Now, there is one more registration this summer, and that is for the Star Wars RunDisney weekend. That occurs in April, and the registration for that is August 6th and August 11th. The first date is for the annual pass holders, the DVC and the Golden Oak, and August 11th is going to be for all general registration. Now, I won't be signing up for this, but I would recommend, again, getting on early, being ready to go, if you're using a credit card, type that information out. That way you can click and paste. With how things have been selling out so quickly, the marathon sold out in 20 minutes, and I know the Princess Marathon is always the most popular, so it sells out very fast, but even faster this year. If you are set on doing this race, just get in there early, follow these tips. Hopefully you are able to register and do your first Disney race or your 100th RunDisney race. I hope to see you all there in February for the RunDisney race weekend. If you are, please let me know. We will probably be at the back of the pack. I'm not saying we're elite athletes here, but if you do see me, feel free to stop by, say hi. I can't wait to see everyone. I know quite a few that are going to be there this year, and I am so excited just to see everyone and experience a day I will never forget. Thank you again and have a magical day. Bye guys.